And welcome back to the Don't Make This Weird podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Heather, and with me, as always, is Tony in the captain's chair tonight. And we have Keith filling in for Chris tonight.
Hey, y'all.
And as always, we have Nate hanging out, our intern, who is moving up. And Becky's hanging out. Becky from the Survivor Girl podcast, my host other host and co-host on that show. And we have a special treat for you guys tonight.
Yes,
we
do.
have the band 3OF joining us. Thank you guys for joining us.
Actually, it's 4OF tonight, right?
4OF.
You know,
4OF.
Our tagline is it's 3, sometimes 4, 5 if that guy shows up. And I think we in this room know who that guy is.
Why is everybody pointing at me?
And then, but usually 3, sometimes 4. And tonight we are officially 4, and we've gone over the name and possible changes to the name, and so we'll get into that. Let's get into that, because you guys usually do your things, and then we'll get into the name and stuff like that.
So how was your week, Heather?
Well, it has been a crazy week for me. Like always, I'm always running at high speed, so always got something going on. But I had an incredible week. My Monday started out with just awesome stuff going on. So can't really talk about it at this moment, but I'll be able to share with you at some point.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is behind the scenes stuff.
Kinda. Yeah.
Really?
It's about the Survivor Girl podcast and a lot of the cool things that we've got going forward. So
yeah. Tell our listeners about how they can listen to the Survivor Girl podcast.
Survivor Girl podcast. You can listen to it. There's two Sundays. And it's every other Sunday right now. We'll have the schedule actually put up. We're looking into working on a third Sunday, but it's on YouTube at Survivor Girl Podcast channel. And you can like us on Facebook. That's really loud. You can like us on Facebook. We're on all over the social media. So
that would be the intern trying to find his egg roll.
Yeah, he doesn't have his headphones on, so he couldn't hear how clearly annoying it was. But,
I really couldn't.
So I mean, you can go ahead and like our social media pages, and me and my co-host Becky are.
I love shameless promotion. It's great.
Yeah, it's been fun though. Like, it's been really cool. A lot of people are tuning in, listening, and sharing, and subscribing.
It's blowing up.
It is. It really is. So we're looking at having some merchandise coming up, and I'm gonna start doing some public speaking.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. So anyway, how's your week been?
My week's been insane. As usual, Becky being my, right hand man and running around everywhere.
Yeah.
I think we cleaned out 3 more magic stores of all of their dollar packs again.
Wow.
And
who has the bigger problem now?
That would be Becky. Nosco is not it.
Right. So
Keith,
fun.
What about you, brother?
Oh, not too bad.
Good week.
Just a fresh new dislocated shoulder and all that fun stuff.
So who did you have to break a 6-piece off on?
We're not going to go into how it happened.
Probably a good idea, because once it's on the internet, it's out there.
Yeah.
Well, if it's on the internet, it's true, right?
Unless you're conservative, then they might ban you and completely wipe it out.
Right.
So all you got to do is drop a few names if something erroneous goes up. You just go, hey.
That's right.
Yeah.
The frogs are gay.
Exactly.
Right.
As soon as you say that, dude, it's deep 6. It's gone.
What about you, Nate? How's your week been?
I don't want to move the mic.
Move the mic.
Just do it. There, now you can hear. So, how's your week been?
Yeah. Just a week.
Just
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow, we're all like,
eventful.
we got cool shit happening, and you're just like,
I mean, it was an eventful week. I'll
That's
give you
good.
that. But,
It's good. I heard
Come
you're
on,
doing.
Nate. You got to hang out with us.
okay, so it was more than eventful.
That's what I'm like.
Monday.
Monday night.
Yeah.
Monday night, buddy.
See.
That's a privilege. Well,
See, exactly.
maybe a pleasure.
It was both.
Well, as you can hear, our weeks have been pretty good.
Oh,
Pretty
it's
crazy.
insanity. I mean, the amount of stuff that's going on and everything is ramping up behind the scenes, and we will be able to share it really soon. with everything that we got going on.
Yeah.
With the Don't Make This Weird podcast, Survivor Girl, Mitch's Fake Radio, in
Mhm.
fact, just got his first episode uploaded finally because we're professionals. Almost a year later.
It took Becky like hounding both of us in a good way, though. I don't mean that like in a bad way, but
Well,
it was like, can you do that? I'm like, well, I don't have access. So I have to be Tony's job. Pointing the fingers.
So yeah, I totally have the trial version of Vegas Video 14 now.
Right.
The trial version.
The
yeah.
trial
Mhm.
version, yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. The version where you go to trial.
Right. So on that note, apparently we've had a really good week, and
Oh, crazy!
it's been awesome.
week.
But Jeremy is back.
Yes.
Jeremy,
You guys missed me.
we did.
It's
We're
been
glad
like
you're back.
Was this
2
your
weeks
third
ago.
time repeat offender?
Fourth
time?
At least this is the fourth time.
Fourth
First time
time.
with the band, but
Yeah.
the fourth time on the show. So I'm
Yeah.
always honored to be here and hang out with you guys. It's a blast.
We're glad to have you.
Pirate
So-
Tony,
Pirate Tony.
Survivor Girl Heather, and Survivor Girl Becky, and Nate, ultimate Asian.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
We have
I'll
Ken-
take that.
I sang a song for him the other night.
Did
and-
Can we
and-
not do that here?
And
Yes,
he was,
yes.
and it was so spectacular. And Nate has and for everybody out there listening, Nate has the absolute best poker face. I'm gonna train him up in poker, and then like get a cut of whatever he does because
Nope.
he
If I
doesn't
make it,
need
I'm keeping it.
glasses. He doesn't need a hat. Nothing. He had the straightest face. And I'm just going off. And
Yeah.
Singing this. Nate is the innocent. See that right there. And Nate, I got nothing
Suck
from
on
Nate.
that
In fact, James was there, and James like in the background. He's like Nate, as I'm doing the Nate song. And
You were the backup singer.
Got no reaction.
nothing. It's crazy. So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Well,
We have some-
go
we
ahead
have
and introduce everybody, man.
really
Okay.
quick. I want to say hi really quick. Chat's kind of already blown up. Sorry, Jeremy,
Yeah.
not to cut you off.
All
but-
No,
right.
hey, chat's going. All I got to say is lounge fans.
Lounge Pants. Kenna has joined us. She says, hi, guys. Sasha says hello. And my dad just joined in and said, hello, gang.
Wow, straight out of the gate.
Straight
What's
out
up,
of
Finally,
the
now
Pops?
that's something that was awkward.
Thanks for joining us.
So he's going to get all of the uncensored
Right.
content.
Right.
He's going to learn all kinds of things about me tonight.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, so we're 30F, and as I said before, that started out as a joke. We started getting together. Jimmy and I jammed together for a while, Chicago Jimmy, and then that kind of fell apart. It wasn't a lot of direction in the group that we had there. Nothing wrong with the people, but just wasn't. We wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And we were at a open house for another friend of ours that skates with us, and we got to talking with Wojo, and Wojo says, I used to play drums. We're like, really? He's like, hasn't been like 30 years, but I'd be interested in playing. And we're like, let's get together. I've got a drum set at the barn. And we got together and started jamming. Well, a few months later, the guys in the locker room found out about it, and they looked at all three of us and they said, so what's the band name? Three Old Fucks? And we're like, that's kind of sticks a little bit.
I like
so then,
that.
So then we kind of stuck with it, and we went back and forth on different names. And at this point, we're stuck with 30F. But I do write it up as three old friends, three odd fellows, three
old
obstinate
farts,
fanatics, three old
whatever.
farts, whatever. But it always comes back to three old fucks. And,
Yes.
and when James came officially on board
Yeah.
with the band, I said, dude, we really got to come up with a name that there's four of us now.
Right,
And then
right.
you join us all the time, Tony, and we're like, that's five. And that's why I wrote up the whole thing. It's three,
Right.
sometimes four, maybe five.
Right.
And I'm like, but James is officially full board. And he goes, yeah, but no matter what you do, there's still three old fucks in the band. All right. So the founding members of the Three Old Fucks, myself, of course.
Yes.
And a lot of the church people are being offended right now. But
Oops.
Sorry.
if you are, get over it. Myself, and right next to me is Wojo
Hello, everybody.
and Chicago Jimmy. For the record, that's not his real voice.
I didn't
No,
think
it's not.
so.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
totally
think
I
so.
think the chair is pinching his nuts.
Could happen. It could.
And the newest member, which side am I? He's on the other side of me. This is James.
Your other right.
It is a juicy James. Like,
See how I took the mic from him.
That's right.
So this is the band, and we just we've talked about what we're doing, but right now we kind of just enjoy jamming together, and then we've done you've joined us for what? 2 shows?
2 shows, yeah.
Okay, so we did the New Year's,
Yep.
pre-New Year's show, and then we did the Super Bowl party. You were there for that, and then we did the St. Patty's Day. And in fact, over there on the table is
remember the St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't remember that one? Yeah, Jimmy doesn't remember that one. So actually, over there is one of our koozies that says I pretended to be Irish and got my drink on with 3OF.
No,
I've
there was
seen
no
those.
pretending. I am Irish and totally got my drink on.
Absolutely. Mr. Woe.
Yeah, 5 gallons
Well-
of wine, you dumb fuck.
You know, the funny
In
thing,
my defense, it was there, so I drank it.
Yeah, but then 20 minutes later, you're pissed it all out.
Well, this is true.
tiny bladder.
Yeah, but you drink 5 gallons of wine and don't feel anything from it.
You're welcome.
How the fuck?
Yeah. So
Come on, this is a family show.
it's a family show.
Oops.
Really? I don't remember getting that memo.
I was gonna say
Her
I've never
dad's on
heard
it.
that. Yeah, my dad's here,
I didn't sign
but
the
you should
contract.
hear what my dad says half the time. I mean, you know. So anyhow, hi, Dad.
He's a platinum member of the RedTube.
No,
Website.
please.
Oh, shit.
Please no.
All right.
Yeah. So we've been doing that and jamming out, and we're really enjoying it. Hasn't even been a year, and Jimmy's brought out a lot of his songs that he's written in the past, and I've started writing again because most of the songs that I wrote in years past were not something that I could bring forward like Jimmy can.
Right.
And then on top of it, I'm playing bass now, whereas before I wrote most of my stuff either on piano or guitar. And so I'm like, oh, I could change them. And then I start looking at them, I'm like, they just don't fit what we're doing right now.
Right.
You know? And so I've written 4 or 5 songs now, and we enjoy jamming those out. Jimmy's got a bunch of them. And so we like to do that. And Wojo just says, I'll play whatever, except for Journey and Queen. And who else do you write off your list?
Well, there's a few others, but that's okay. We can start with them. That's good. Journey and Queen after like the races. Nancy stuff. Sorry.
That's too
I'm
funny.
not too opinionated.
He goes, I'll play anything.
Except
I'm like,
this-
Journey?
this-
No. Queen? No. But you'll play anything. Yeah, I'll play anything.
My dad just said WTF.
RedTube, look it up, Pops.
Dad, I didn't say it, just for the record, because I wouldn't say that. But anyway,
No, it's cool that, when you invited me down for the Super Bowl party and you're like, dude, we got some originals. Check this out. What do you think? And it was so cool hearing you write kick-ass music again. Like this stuff is, I think it's some of the best stuff you've ever written. And the light comes on again.
yeah.
You know, and it's been fun. I mean, jamming with these guys, there's so much give and
Yeah.
take. There's very little, there's really no animosity. In fact, if we catch ourselves being a little testy with each other, we quickly go, sorry, dude, I didn't mean to say it like that.
Yeah.
Because we want to collaborate, and we've all, at least the 3 of us over here, and then young James, we've reached the age where we're like, you know what, we just want to enjoy ourselves and play some good music, and
So we have a group hug and we move on.
yeah, we do a shot of Fireball before we jam, and we go for it. You can see the little look at that was James. This little empty one. I looked over and I'm like, "You ready to do the shot?" And I goes, "I guess so."
I
guess so.
In James's defense, he's a trained professional, so.
Right.
That was the bottle drop. Yeah, the bottle drop. So, so it's been a lot of fun, and I know Chicago's been enjoying bringing out some of the tunes that he wrote a long time ago. Now he gets to express, those songs again, and kind of we've had some real fresh takes on some of your stuff. Why don't you talk about that for a minute, Jimmy?
Well, it's interesting because, when you start trying to go back in your memory banks when you're a teenager, you don't have all the, hormones helping you out. So you're trying to remember stuff from yesteryear, and you're like, I found some lyrics. Well, really the fun thing for me, I finding some of my old lyrics and realizing that I had a whole chord progression for that and not knowing what it was.
Right.
And trying to, get that process going to figure out how to find it. And then, just the most obscure moment, I might be watching TV or cleaning the dishes, and I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
gotta go find a guitar right now.
Yeah. It's the Einstein effect. You're shaving and then you figure out the theory of relativity.
It's been really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, and both times you guys invited me down to come play with you at these parties, and oh man, it was so much fun because rehearsals, which was just great. And I have to give Wojo a shout out because he is one of the greatest groove drummers. I've played with him forever.
Appreciate that.
Because Wojo just gets in the groove and he's like, I got this, man. And then he starts changing it up.
Which is all fun and good until it's time to end the song.
When you're in your groove, you
drag it out another 5-10 minutes. They're giving me the evil eye. Hey, dude, let's go.
He gets in the mode and he gets his head down.
Yeah.
And Chicago and I are both looking at him going, we're gonna end now. We want to end now. Wojo. And I'll have to move into his field of vision so he catches me in a peripheral. And he looks up and he's like, oh.
Jimmy giving me the evil eye too. And like, I think they want to end the song now. So we'll have to stop now. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's a hell of a comment or whatever.
Yeah.
A compliment, I guess. I never ever thought I'd ever get to play again. I had literally, like he said, I haven't played in 30-some years. And then he says, you want to try? And I said, well, if you guys want to listen to me try, I'll give it a shot. And they actually like me.
I love how he's so humble about saying want to try, because last time I was down there, you guys had rehearsal and you guys are working on some new material, and you're like, dude, give me an idea what it sounds like out here so we can hear everything. So Wojo's like, hey, let me try something, and just does this incredibly awesome fill, goes right into this groove, and I'm like, yeah, that's it, do whatever that was. And he's like, what did I do?
That was awesome. Yeah. That was very appreciative too, because you were looking at it as like you were critiquing us.
Right.
We're all into constructive criticism, and you said, dude, that was awesome. There was a couple other things that you mentioned as well that said, hey, go ahead and try this or try that, and you were right.
Right.
No, I remember that was great. No, I appreciated that. I like that. I like other people's opinion.
Yeah.
Than the 3 guys that I played. So seriously, I mean that was good. I appreciated that. So
it was just so cool being behind the scenes and watching that stuff come together, because to me, that's why I got into becoming a recording engineer, is capturing those magic moments on tape and then just running with it, going, hey, I got to hear this before it was even a thing.
Absolutely. And the funny thing we're trying with Wojo is reining him in, because he is coming back to it so fresh.
Yeah.
But he's got the skill and the talent underneath that when he approaches something, we're like, no, play what that was cool, but play what you were playing last time that we played it. And he goes,
what did I play?
What was I playing last time? We're like, no, what you did was cool. It was a fresh take on that. But what did you do last week? I don't know what I remember.
I improvised.
That's awesome, because he's trying so much.
Yeah.
And so we get different dynamics and stuff.
Oh yeah.
In fact, one of the songs we were jamming yesterday, which we've done, we've played it in several shows, and he did a different stop in the drum, where we stopped musically. He stopped with us the second time through, and we're like, he's like, was that right? And we're like, yeah, dude, that was sweet. So it's always that, it's the fun collaboration, and that's what you got to have.
Yeah.
You can jam with really phenomenal musicians. They can be dickheads, and when you get a group of guys, I mean, that's the thing about it. We've had a couple people try to hone, kind of squeeze in with us, push their way in. And it's like, you don't understand. We play hockey together.
Yeah.
That's how we knew each other for a couple. I've known you guys for at least 3 years now, 4 years. And you and Chicago and Wojo have known each other for 10, 15 years. So
probably 15.
Yeah. So there's a friendship that goes way before it. And then we find out last summer, literally we're like, oh, you drum? I mean, I found out, 6 months before that Chicago was into music.
Yeah.
I actually went over his house to trim out his upstairs house, and I see all the instruments, and I'm like, do you play? He's like, yeah, a little bit. And I'm like, and I had no idea. And he didn't either.
Right.
And then we get together and we're like, dude. And then that all fell apart, and we're like, we're taking a break. And 2 months later, we're like, let's do this, dude. We got to do this.
Oh, yeah.
So it's been a
Awesome.
blast.
So then they suckered in Woj, and then the next thing you know, here we are.
That's awesome.
On a
know.
serious note, I'm loving it, and it's not even been a year yet for me. And these guys have written some incredible songs, and I
Oh, yeah.
feel privileged to play on them. Really, they said there are songs. I'm like, no, they're yours. I'm just the drummer. And they said, no, Woj, they're yours. I don't know that I buy that, but it's been so much fun, and I never thought I'd ever get to play again. So you can't imagine how excited I am. Well, you know,
Right.
you've seen me play, so
And,
I
you know,
love
and
it.
it's that collective of the core of you guys. And even, you know, with James bringing, you know, his flash and flair too, because you were killing it on the acoustic guitar when we did the Super Bowl party. You're just like, yeah, let's do this.
That was awesome.
But it's that combined effort of, you know, that secret sauce y'all bring to the table. It's so cool to watch.
I know, and I'm bummed out that I've missed it.
You have been officially invited to what, all 3 parties?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably, and,
And-
I've,
and you
I've
have-
had to miss it.
Yeah.
I know. And then I was running my mouth. I'm like, I'm gonna sing. I'll sing with you guys. And then I was like, maybe I shouldn't. And then last week, because of that, we played actually
I heard it.
first time on the show actually. And
89 episodes in, and we
She
finally
finally
decided.
gets you to sing.
I finally sang with them
Well,
on here.
It was definitely the Super Bowl, and I'm pretty sure it was after the New Year, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
That afterwards, after it was officially kind of over,
Yeah.
we broke into a 2-3 hour music fest where just anybody came up, and
Yeah.
Wojo was giving drum lessons to one of our other buddies.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do?
Don't
Well, we have somebody in.
To break the Becky again.
Well, we already have Becky saying in chat. Let's hear some music.
Yes.
And also,
Can you guys play us one?
before that, Ava said hi. Hey, Ava, how's
What's
it going?
up, Ava?
So, just want to give that shout out there.
I have no idea.
Well,
Well, in that case, we need to be found.
Well, all right then. I gotta figure out where I'm at.
All right, so we're gonna push our mics over so everybody can hear the awesomeness of what you guys are doing.
This mic is really fucking annoying that I am.
So,
so we're freaking short.
all right. It's pretty warm.
You want to go with?
Again, this is 3OF. Getting ready to play, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
All right. Can you hear us well enough?
Yeah. Probably gonna want to stick into one of the mics though.
Okay.
So you're gonna want to
drop us down.
What's that?
You want me to drop this mic down?
want to jump into
No,
it.
just
Like right on
All right. Now, we'll give the disclaimer, but
Sorry.
we're used to that, Wojo. We love
I
you,
know
buddy.
you are. I get yelled at all the time. Hey, won't stop it. We're trying to figure something
And you know,
out.
the only reason we do that is because we're trying to talk, and he's doing he's trying stuff out on the drums. And we're
Yeah.
like, okay,
Doing all my rolls. and
your
stuff.
instrument can't be turned down to the point where we can have a conversation.
Wanna go outside.
And are we calling it semi-acoustic?
Semi-acoustic. Well, no, it's unplugged. Well, no, it's not unplugged.
It's
It's
acoustic
semi-acoustic.
It's
It's we're in the studio.
Acoustic plug.
So,
acoustic plug. Yeah.
whoa, all right.
Somebody turned me up already.
Yeah. So it's a song I recently wrote, and
Yeah, you're fine.
we practiced it once in the acoustic dynamics, so you guys will just have to enjoy it. All right, gentlemen. Make sure I'm in the right spots.
Pretty much.
All right.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's off. We're gonna make sure we get this right because we. All right. You and E.
No, he's off. Yeah.
F.
It's F.
I'm playing that, man. I'm playing that. I'm playing that, man.
Maybe I gotta strangle him out.
Uh-oh, there might be a hug happening.
No, it's right.
All right, one of us is off, and it throws me off on my singing. Sorry, everybody. Again.
We'll just start over again.
Here's my
It's okay.
hang on a second. Hang on, something's wrong. Sorry.
This part of the podcast brought to you by technical difficulties.
Oh, guess what? Look at that little flat down there. That's not-
Do I need to move it from metal to another setting?
I tuned it I can turn to E flat.
What do you want
Okay,
to
so
put
we
it
had
on?
an E string that was a half a step
Clean?
down for
With
it.
no effects.
That happens.
Yeah.
It's like we, the infamous, says we tune because we care.
Okay, yeah,
Whoopsie.
that was a half string off on the
All
band.
right. Okay.
When you can't see your tuner,
Wear glasses.
Where's your readers? See, we are really three old
feed it
fucks.
to it.
Really three old bucks.
Okay.
You notice Woj has got his glasses
That's
on,
right.
so he can see what the heck he's doing. Otherwise, he'd be blind as a bat too. So it is what it is.
All right, gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was gone for a while. Seemed to have lost my way, but I made it home. Now I'm here to stay. Got scars that show, many more than no one knows. Wounds are long since healed, memories never go. And I'm found, finally home. May have lost some time, but I think I've grown. Things I faced in life build me up, put me down. Through every twist and turn, finally came around. I'm bound, though I may be wrong. Too many times to be right where I belong. I'm bound, but I was gone for a while. May have lost my way, but now I'm home. May have lost some time, but I know I've grown. I'm bound, I'm bound, I'm bound, I'm bound.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, guys.
Now, was that an original?
Yes.
That was an original that I wrote 3-4 months ago.
Nice.
Yeah. I tend to. We did include one tonight that we potentially will play that really doesn't have a deep meaning,
Okay.
but I tend to be a really deep meaning type guy. And so it's hard for me to write a song that's kind of like, hey, I'm just having fun.
Right.
I'll leave that to Jimmy. He does.
You're pretty romantic.
he does the road songs, the hopeless romantic songs. I love his songs, but he
Please tell me you guys are doing the road song later.
we do have it.
Oh, sweet.
Radio Man
Awesome.
is in here.
Gotta say,
So-
Jimmy, I'm loving the tone, man.
Very cool.
I was all the way up.
Nice.
Very cool.
No, it was funny. The first time we were down there, it was at the Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
And Jimmy was checking my rig out, and he's like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
like, "Dude, it's the fly rig. You got to get one."
gotta
Next,
get
I had one for the bass, which I ran straight into the system because it's got a XLR out.
Right.
And then so I come down for the St. Patty's party, and you're like, "Dude, Chicago Jimmy picked up a pedal," and I'm like, "What did he get?" And he got the new one.
Yeah, with
Of
the
the-
tuner on it. He's
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
And that's got the XLR out too, doesn't it?
yeah, the
Yeah.
XLR out on the side. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm totally vibing off the sound of that thing. It sounds pretty good to that piece of crap amplifier.
Oh, yeah. Put it on clean tone and let the little board do its magic. And
Oh,
there you
yeah.
go.
And the great part about that is it's all analog. There's no digital anything. It's all analog, and it sounds so delicious.
It's beautiful. You know, digital has its place, but you know, there's I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Thank you guys for jamming that out.
Absolutely. No, it's our pleasure to come up. This is our first time outside of the man cave to jam out. So
It's our first road
yeah.
road trip.
Yeah, road trip. Oh, they were excited. Road
Yeah.
trip. Yeah.
So wait, this is kind of a mini tour for you guys.
It is a mini tour for
You're,
us.
you're
Yeah.
coming on the
nice.
show.
The tour bus
Yeah.
happens to be my F-150.
I think Nate's trying to say he's kind of stuck there for a
Yeah,
minute.
vent that smoke, dude.
Nate, are you stuck over there, buddy?
He's stuck, and I think he's annoyed by his microphone.
So
Very bad night.
It's all good. Don't worry about it, man. Yeah, it is getting a little bit warm in here.
it's a little toasty.
It is.
You know,
It's a little bit.
I know it's not me
That's,
because I've been here before and there wasn't
Yeah.
this much hot air. So
That's probably my fault, guys. I'm a fucking
Yeah,
spooky
shut up.
over here.
Gotta get the window open.
What are you
It's
doing, man?
nice outside.
can you knock more stuff over, please?
Yeah. So
Yeah, dude, get some fresh air in here because we're
Right? It's toasty.
it is very much so. We have a little studio
yeah.
Studio.
for anybody that's been here before. Apparently, our studio is bigger than the Solid State Radio studio, though.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
telling the guys before we came up, I said, prepare yourselves. We're gonna literally we're gonna be in a room that's just over the size of the drum kit space.
Right.
And
Right.
I wasn't lying, was I?
We've had full band plug-in.
That's not a pillow. That's not a pillow.
We the most people we've ever had in the studio here was 27 people.
Yep.
How's that?
Yeah.
hotter than a motherfucker in here.
Are they?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you
It's
get 27, you had to have people sitting on laps or
Basically, yeah.
on the
there were.
On the floor.
all over
Oh, it was
the place.
insane, dude.
Mhm. Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of doing anything other than it's hot. Turn on the fan.
That would have been nice, but no.
Yeah. Yep. So, but we make it work.
Absolutely.
Like I said, it's bigger apparently than the Solid State Radio one, which we are also aired on. So you guys will be live on there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sunday they'll be playing that.
If we ever
So
do anything other than private parties, we'll have
we'll get it out there.
That's the
Yeah.
question I have to ask you guys is when are you going to the studio to record the originals?
yeah.
well, we've talked with you quite a bit, and we've just started. You know, we've now. I have officially retained your intern for the times that he's not doing Survivor Girl. And
I think that's
Don't Make
called
This World.
detained, not
oh, my bad.
yes, the whole human trafficking
Yes.
thing.
I don't know what you guys are gonna do on Thursdays during the summer when he's working full time for me down in Howell.
We'll hire somebody else that we're not paying.
Right. At least they'll be
Good
making-
try. Your last three quit.
That's true.
Nate says, "I can't be fired. I have to be sold."
I go to lowest bidder.
Oh man. We'll
Which
figure
was
it out.
great because before you guys showed up to Guitar Center, So this dude's talking about, yeah, man, this guitar is made in, Korea and da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, what are you guys doing today? I said, human trafficking.
I was in the process of walking away from the dude to go look at the drum kit, and he says, "This guitar is made in South Korea." Wait, hold on, I'm coming back.
So then he looks at
pipe
Nate.
up and go, yeah, motherfucker, I made that 10 years ago before I got it liberated.
I made that before I made $2 in the rice field.
So then he looks
Wow,
at
we're all
Nate
racist.
and notices that,
We're probably pissing some people off.
oh God,
Oh,
it's
sure.
great.
Yeah, fuck up, I'm Asian.
But it was so funny. So then he notices Nate's Asian and he just kind of puts his head down. He's like, oh.
Oh, I just totally said that, didn't I?
No, I hesitated for the first time I was here, and then I heard Nate cracking the Asian jokes, and I was like, all right, it's fucking on.
Yeah, funny part is I play into it.
And the awesome thing is, every time I've come up here, I've stopped at the Chinese food place on the way and brought Chinese food here. So
Yes.
Sure.
it's
Yes.
been
You didn't say that last time. You said Oriental food.
the
Oh.
Oriental. My bad. See, the Oriental Asian interns keeping me in check. Thank
I
you.
am Vietnamese.
Vietnamese? Oh shit! Did you make my rock revivals? I got 2 pairs that were made in Vietnam.
I hope not.
Okay, you probably didn't because they were really nice.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Joke's
Oh,
on you.
come
You're
on.
stuck next to James.
I was like, you can quit his project and stay with us.
Fuck you, I'll take James with me.
No, Nate's been doing a phenomenal job doing some editing for the upcoming. We actually shot the egg promo. You
Yeah.
saw the video.
You
and-
showed me the video.
Yeah,
of
so
that.
he's going to
It
be
was
editing the
great.
video, and we'll be launching the "This Is My Brain" podcast really soon, and
Very cool.
that'll be very cool. I'm excited about that. In fact, as soon as I get the editing station back from Nate, then
Yeah.
I'm going to be shooting a whole bunch more videos. We got to talk about scheduling for sure.
Yeah,
But as
absolutely.
far as the band, that's really a matter of working out schedule, because
Yeah.
I want to lay down the a bunch of tracks, and we've talked about it doing a number of songs, definitely all of our own originals, and then at least a dozen songs, and then Tony, it's going to be on you to do the editing for us and bring us.
I know a guy.
You know a guy.
I know a guy.
I know a guy too.
Apparently, there's a guy out there, and he's
Yes.
got Vegas video
His name is Guy.
trial version.
Trial version.
So I'm sure he's got.
See, look, I'll show you.
Trial by fire.
Yeah, he's got a
Trial.
version of.
It'll take him to trial.
Yeah, take
Like
you to
you
trial.
said.
So anyway, so that's what we're doing. I know what we planned on initially. We talked about it after the last show, was we were going to kind of take some time off because Chicago's heading to Scotland in a few weeks.
Ooh, that's
Scotland.
awesome.
He's a golfer.
We're going to get along great.
What's the golf?
Kilt,
Fuck no.
kilt golfing?
400 yards. Every time you miss it, we'll call it a stroke because that's what you feel like you're having. So
Oh
he's
my
going to be
God.
going.
It's a straight shot. No, we'll put shit in the way.
Because the F word was already taken, right?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So, and then Wojo likes to do a lot of camping, him and his wife, throughout the summer, and they have a new camper beyond the one that was destroyed last year.
Rolled last Memorial weekend. Yeah, that was an exciting adventure.
Literally, his camper trailer was completely destroyed. He thought he made it past. Go ahead. You thought you made it past the initial problem until you realized the trailer was next to you.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Yeah, that kind of spun us backwards, and I'm just holding on for dear life, looking in the rearview mirror, wondering, was this going to stop? It
Oh.
finally did. The trailer was destroyed. The truck was okay. The wife was
Wasn't
okay.
the only thing that actually survived was the toilet.
was
right?
the toilet.
Shitter's full.
The thing that's left on the complete flatbed of the trailer is the toilet. Everything else is gone.
Isn't that the most important room, though?
We were, the cop wanted to get up there and take a picture.
He should have.
Said, you might not want to do that. You might get in trouble.
That would have been hilarious.
Traumatic deal, but we survived it.
Wow.
We're gonna go camping again this Memorial weekend. Hopefully that will not happen.
Well, we'll keep you in our prayers.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I wanted to say about when you guys invited me down. And every time you guys throw a party, it is off the chain. and everybody that shows up, like, what was it for the Super Bowl party? It was predominantly people you knew. There was like, what, 50, 60 people there?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody caught word of what it was we were doing.
Yeah.
All down there. I mean, predominantly you guys. I was just a guest. And then we had the St. Patty's Day party. And what was it like? Half of the people there were first timers.
Yeah.
And it was like 60, 70 people that showed up.
It was quite a few.
It was
Yeah.
insanity.
Well, everybody, we had a ton of people for the first couple that couldn't make it. They already had commitments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so there was a whole bunch of a new group of friends or connected friends and family that ended up showing up, and we're like, oh, okay. I met, it was probably easily 2/3 of the people there I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, Wojo knew a bunch of them. Jimmy knew some of them. Well, your brother came and jammed with us.
That was
Yeah, that was
great.
a blast.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was really good.
Yeah. So for those of you, go ahead, Jim.
Well, just not. We had a blues saxophone player from a band plays every week at the Holiday Inn and in downtown Traverse City every week in the summer.
Nice.
And he's been playing sax his whole life. I always wanted to be like him, and his little brother plays the sax too. But, so yeah, we had some dual saxophones at the last gig. That was
I
fun.
actually have a copy of that on video.
He does. He's been
was-
showing it.
that
Oh,
was really
dude.
fun.
That was awesome. You know, the biggest thing that I love about our group is there isn't a lot. We familiarize ourselves with stuff, but we've proven to ourselves that there's a lot of stuff that we can just improvise and jump in on. There were 4 or 5 songs after the whole night was technically over.
Yeah.
That we played. There were some where I literally pulled up my tablet to pull up the words. I'm singing. You jumped on bass. He jumped on saxophone.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Matt
It's
was
like
playing drums.
Matt. Yeah.
Everybody
Other
just
buddy.
said, Woj actually got to sit back and watch somebody else play drums with 3OF, which was pretty cool because Matt was good.
Oh,
Matt was really good.
Matt was
It
incredible.
was fun to watch. You guys played that Zeppelin tune, which I thought was just awesome. Oh, yeah, this is cool. I mean, I was supposed to go home, and I'm thinking, nope, I'm going to sit here and watch. I don't have to play. I can take a break. I can have a beer here. This is all good. It really was good. That was a great.
I had
that
no
really was
voice
fun.
whatsoever.
Oh, you totally blew your. We jammed for what, 3.5 hours?
Yeah, well, and not only that, one of the last songs we did was the Who. We
Oh yeah,
did, Baby O'Reilly. And
yeah.
That is such a good song. That is a fun song to play.
Oh yeah.
We've done that one.
Oh, yeah,
That was
yeah.
the last.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, if you're gonna sing that song, there is no holding back. You have to go
Mhm.
full
Gotta
tilt.
do it. Yep,
Absolutely.
And if you have a voice left, obviously you did something wrong.
Exactly.
Do you guys want to play another one for us?
We do. Do we want to do that? Or we want to do something, do a saxophone profile, or do you want to do another song first? Let's do one of your songs.
All right.
Okay. All right. We're going to take us a minute, and I think we worked out the kinks last time.
Cool.
And this is one of,
Taylor Gibbs says Misa here.
that's my boy.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince is in the chat.
What's up,
And,
Tag? What's up, Tag?
What's up, dude?
And kind of said, good job, guys.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? That's my boy.
So they're going to play another song for us.
Yeah,
They're getting ready.
can do
We should
that.
have some getting ready music.
I would love to have that.
We got all this.
Should totally pull up the video and
I can
yeah,
start
promo.
beatboxing. No, I can't.
So this is
Right.
And then
Okay.
Taylor says, sud, dude. I'm not cool, Taylor. Sorry. I don't know these things.
Hey, you know what? He's my friend.
I'm not dissing on him. I just don't know how to say these hip lingo things. Getting too old.
What's up, dude?
There you go. Al's listening also, brah.
Sweet. What's up, Al?
I know
Best
Al.
drummer ever.
Yeah.
Who won't sit down and play drums on cue?
Right.
I love
right, so you-
play, but
Oh, we're
Give me a
gonna
level
turn.
on that.
Who's the best drummer ever?
hey, check
Al,
1 2
I
1
don't
2.
get you
I'm gonna need you up a little
that
bit.
was good, man.
I'm
Keep
just
talking.
gonna stay
He
back
is
here.
good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
Keep
really get
talking.
any closer, so.
You're
Keep
fine.
talking.
Oh, I'm talking
We're,
still.
we're gonna turn you up.
So
yeah, that's why I moved back to sing. 'Cause,
yeah,
you know,
you sing louder than me. You know that.
his ears were ringing last week. He's like, dude.
You know, it's good when you're a goalie like Jeremy is, and you yell at the defensemen who are in front of you, like Wojo and I,
Yeah.
and we have to pretend not to hear them.
But
My voice carries. a little-
Jeremy's not too bad. So when you're talking Mike or somebody else, that's
Oh.
a different story.
Hey, I compliment just as much, in fact, far more than I criticize.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. So
So yeah, even if Wojo sucks, he doesn't tell Wojo that he sucks. He's nice job, Woj. Just do better next time.
Wojo on the ice, I used to think, man, you're kind of a dick. And then I heard who he was talking to, and I'm like, wow, dude, ease up on yourself. He's like, fucking Wojo, why'd you do that? Why'd you throw that pass up there? I'm like, Woj, it's okay, buddy. So then when he yells at somebody else, I'm like, he talks to everybody like that.
I am my own worst critic. I'm very hard on myself. Playing drums, playing hockey, anything I do. I always think I could do better.
Absolutely, buddy.
This one's called Must Have Been Reason. Must have been a reason why you went away. Time and time again I tried, you turned away. Living without you, I can't take it. I don't know what to do. Living my life so free and easy. I don't know. Wonder where you are. Where you are. Going out on the town, I'd rather be with you. Anybody around, I'd rather be with you. Even messing around, I'd rather be with you. When I'm up and you're down, I'd rather be with you. Every time I get a good thing going, there's a little bit of distance in me. Any other guy would jump at the chance to give you everything that you'll ever need. I'll remember those days and I'll be feeling blue. I'll remember the days when I was loving you. I was loving you. Must have been a reason. Must have been a reason. Must have been a reason why. Must have been a reason why. Must have been a reason. Must have been a reason. Must have been a reason why. Must have been a reason why. Living without you, I can't take it. I don't know what to do. Living my life so free and easy. I don't know. I wonder where you are. Where you are. Where you are. Where you are. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's cool. That's one that you wrote.
Yeah, that was one of mine. Yeah, from years ago.
Very cool. Very cool. So how many originals do you guys have?
Well, we're doing about 10 right now.
10 right now.
This time, yeah.
So you guys almost have a full record.
Sometimes we throw a new one on the floor and it doesn't kick off right away, so we gotta go back and work on a few things.
Right.
Figure out the ins and outs of the song and try and make it all work, as we're up there playing. So
Nice. Nice.
I seen in chat that Roxanne Paholka is joining us from Highly Offensive Hoodies.
Hi, Roxanne.
Hey, Roxanne. If you guys haven't checked out Highly Offensive Hoodies, check them out on Facebook. go over and see what they have. They are always putting up new offensive hoodies.
Go order a hoodie, go order a t-shirt,
Yes.
do all of that stuff. Support them. They are absolutely funny people. Oh my God, they're hilarious.
Yes, and she's going to be coming on the show.
Are you serious, Robert?
Mhm.
When is that? Is that next week?
I believe so.
Check the calendar.
I have so many things in the calendar and not the calendar with me. So
But no, go on Facebook, check out Highly Offensive Hoodies. Tell them you
Yes.
heard it here. Give us a shout out, give them a shout out, share it.
they are very highly offensive hoodies.
Oh, it's great.
They came to hang out with us. She actually won tickets off of the show to come and see Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club.
Right.
And her and her husband came walking in, and first off, Adam noticed his sweatshirt. We didn't know it was them yet because I hadn't met her yet. And he's looking at his sweatshirt, and it says, "Your mom was here," with the arrow pointing down. And he's just like dying laughing. And then they get closer, and it's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, they're from Highly Offensive Hoodies." So
It's awesome.
yeah, so go check those out, guys. They are on Facebook. Go like their page, and then
Yep.
you'll get to see all the new merchandise. And yeah, help support them. They're just starting out. So
Yeah, they're constantly throwing up new content. It's just so
Mhm.
cool.
yep. So thank you for joining us, Roxanne. And we will see you next Thursday.
Yes.
Her and Cindy will be on the show next Thursday.
What? Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. So, all right. So, thank you guys again for playing that. That was a really cool song. This is 3OF. If you're just now tuning in, so
We've tried to shake the moniker, but
you might need that.
we've tried to shake it off, but we just keep coming back. It's like a bad penny. We're 3OF, and we've even we even as a band, as much as we've embraced that, even as a band, when I was like mocking up some T-shirts, both of them looked at me and goes, "Do you think we should use the F word in full letters on the back of the T-shirt?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I should put an asterisk there or something because nobody will know what I'm actually writing out if I don't
That's
put the
right.
U in it."
That's right.
So I'm like, yeah. So at some point we may change the name, but for right now,
We are 3OF.
that's right.
3OF, that's
So-
Nice.
And we've come a long ways. We've had a long journey, and so I've gotten to know Chicago Jimmy for a long time, and we call him Chicago Jimmy for a reason. And I think he did bring his saxophone here
Oh, he did.
at request, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
I kind of wanted him to share a little bit of his story because he has been just short of a world traveler musically. I've played musically like here with Tony
Yeah, yeah.
and a couple places in Bay City and Saginaw over the years, and now down in Howell. But Chicago Jimmy literally lived in Chicago and played saxophone, and so I want him to share some of that
Yeah,
story.
tell us about that, Jimmy.
Well, yeah, my last name is actually Kogenauer, but when guys, you're playing hockey with buddies on the ice and they say, "What's your name?" Jim. What? So they,
Jim Copenhagen?
they remember that you're from Chicago, so they started calling me, Jim, that guy from Chicago, and I turned to Chicago Jim, and
Right,
so
right.
people call me Chicago now, and I look,
It's
it's
my phone.
but then when my friends from Chicago come into town, they're like, "What? Did that guy just call you Chicago? You're Jim."
Chicago.
But yeah, I moved to Chicago when I was like 26 years old, and before that, big band, jazz bands, rock bands, marching band when I was a kid in high school, the whole 9 yards. Piano lessons when you're a kid, and I never got into choir. My mom couldn't force me to do that. But,
Thank God.
so that's why my voice isn't that good. But yeah, Chicago was fun. I remember, when I first moved there, it was a real thing to go to the bar where the Blues Brothers jammed, the basement bar where there was apparently some cocaine going on.
Oh, what you talking about, man? I'm good.
Yeah,
Fuck cocaine.
The all-night bar with bands that play all night that never closes. Yeah, they're not going on adrenaline.
Yeah, that's when you learn your chops, man. Because I was doing that in Detroit, and I'm like, how do these guys do it? Because like most of them don't even look like they're old. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you got these guys that like old blues players, like they're black, but their hair is white, so you know they're old.
I played.
They're even older than Woj.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that I skate with that don't think there's anybody older than Woj except maybe Adam and Eve. But that's a whole different story there. But
I played for a while in Detroit before I moved to Chicago. When I was in my early 20s, I was playing in the Oakland Community College Big Band Jazz Band as a saxophone player. And a fellow named George Kitsakis was in the band. And he had a couple of hot daughters that I was after. And so I got to know George. And he actually introduced me to them. So it was a good story all in all. But when he was a kid, he played the saxophone in, the old dueling saxophones, like the Kansas City style.
Yeah.
And he was on American Bandstand when he was my age.
Really?
Playing the sax.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was really
man.
incredible to play with that guy. And did I learn a ton of stuff on the saxophone from him. He just had every lick you could ever imagine, and he taught them to me. So.
That's cool. See, and that's what was so funny the first time we jammed together. I'm watching your fingers and I'm listening to what you're doing, and I'm like, those aren't normal guitar lines.
Yes.
So I'm talking to Jeremy. I'm like, where did you find this guy? How did he do this? And he's like, dude, he plays saxophone. And I'm like, oh, got it. So then I'm watching him again, and he's doing sax phrasing and sax lines on a guitar. And I'm like, that's it. I'm stealing everything that he's doing.
You're welcome to it. I know you could do it better.
No, it's just your phrasing is so great. I mean, playing with you guys live and then being able to sit back in the audience and watch, it's like, man, that's what makes, the guitar player in you just stand up, because nobody's doing that. Nobody's taking saxophone phrasing and playing it on a guitar, because it's like, that's so unorthodox. Your fingers aren't supposed to do that. And here's Jimmy just do. Watch this. Blues Riff and B, watch me for the changes and try and keep up.
It's like, hold my sax, watch this.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, these guys, being able to jam with these guys, and I mean, I'm going to get to James in a minute because I have the epic story to tell about James. The first time I met him, but no, it was so cool playing with these guys because they're so laid back, and I'm just kind of sitting there, just vibrating, going, "When can I play with these guys?" And they're like, "Come on up, man, let's do some rehearsal shit." I'm like, "Yes!" So James grabs his acoustic guitar, gets on the microphone, leans in, and starts playing. And he's like, "Hey, little man, take a ride, go bear on Friday night." And I'm like, "Is this what this dude sounds like?" Because we didn't really chat,
Right.
and he's just going to town on this chicken fried song. We are pissing ourselves laughing.
See, the key is to sing like a hillbilly. You just got to completely relax your jaw.
And your mind and a few other things.
Just relax everything and then try to sing a song that you really don't know the words to. So
Show us what you're
Careful.
talking about, James.
Careful now.
You just would have had to been there, man. It was a totally epic time. I was a lot more to drink than what I've had so far this evening,
It was definitely alcohol fueled.
and I was just feeling it that night. I was feeling every hillbilly bone in my body, and it
That's
just
right.
came out
And
verbally. So.
You rocked that, man.
Yeah, if you play it, I'll sing it. Come on, play it. You got yeah. 1, 2. You know I'm a chicken fry. Cold beer on Friday night. Bird jeans that fit just right. And the radio.
Yeah, I can't.
Hold on, whoa.
And just for clarification, that will not be on the album.
The shade of a Georgia pine. See, I wasn't even singing in key, but still, that was an epic night. It should have been recorded. You should have been there, and I appreciate you bringing that up.
Absolutely. Right.
That's one of those memories where, like, just stupidity just like transcends awe, and we all just had a blast and enjoyed it.
No, see, the best part was when you were singing and playing the guitar, because it was the other night. If you're happy and you know it, drop your drawers.
And then there's this random guy, nobody knew who he was, right? He just showed up to the party, and we looked over, and like within like half a second, his pants were at the floor. I'm like, whoa! I
No.
wasn't being serious.
Wasn't that Sav?
Yeah, that was Savvy.
Yeah.
It was Savvy.
Was it Savvy?
That was Savvy. Yeah.
So it's Sav. We do know. You didn't know him. We know him.
And you're not
And-
surprised.
I was
Nah,
I was
that
completely
kind of fits.
shocked.
He likes being naked.
Yeah, the Italian stallion.
we were pissing ourselves laughing because I'm like, James, what the hell just happened? He's like, dropped his drawer apparently.
So what you're saying is wear lounge pants so it's easier.
Lounge pants.
Lounge pants.
I did tell that story here.
Lounge
Yes.
pants,
And
no pants. same
definitely Chicago was with me that night when
The
lounge
lounge
pants was explained to me.
It's
So
on
See,
every show pretty much.
You
now.
said the next time you come on the
Lounge
show, you're going to tell our listening audience that
tell
story.
the
again.
story again.
Tell the
Okay,
story.
So
again.
So we're at the bar and we play hockey every Wednesday. Me and Wojo, the restaurant. It's T-Bone's Bar and Grill, isn't it? Right?
Oh, it's a bar.
Yeah.
Jimmy's trying to classy it up. Don't try to church it up, son.
Church it
It's
up.
just dirt.
There's not a waitress over 115 pounds in that bar.
Yeah, there's that.
So they're meth hookers. Got it.
No.
Oh.
So anyway, so at the time I'm playing 2 games. So I'm doing the drop in with my crew, and then I got suckered into playing the Wednesday night 40 and over league.
Right.
And so I'm going to so I get done in my normal routine. There's beer in the locker room. We're always having beer.
No,
Uh,
we don't drink after hockey ever.
We don't drink just one.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I think that's unsportsmanlike. Why would you? That's unsportsmanlike.
So I had my normal beer. I have a Reds of some sort in the locker room, and then we all transfer over to one of the many restaurants there's a few restaurants around there, restaurant bars. So we get to the bar, and they say, "What do you want?" And I said, "Okay, I'll take a Angry Balls, which is an Angry Orchard with Red Ball shot in it. So it's an Angry Balls." And so I drank that one, and I had beef tips, and there was a whole bunch of stuff going around the table. And of course, as Chicago said, it's there's 115 pound waitresses all over the place throughout the whole place. And so the one gal that's coming over to our table, she's doing stuff. So then the owner comes over, and we're in there on a regular basis, and so he says, "Hey, I'm buying a round." And I think somebody bought a round of shots just before that. So I'm like, I've got to play tonight. I've literally got to go back to the rink and play another hockey game. So I'm like, she comes over, she says, "You want another drink?" I'm like, I'm done. And then they go, "We got shots." And I'm like, "All right, I'll do a shot," but then I'm done. And then the owner comes by and he goes, "I'm buying a round." I goes, "Okay, another Angry Balls." So, so then somebody else orders a round of rum shata that came around. So anyways, in the midst of this, getting quite inebriated, our waitress, this little gal, leans over the table to grab something off the table. And 3 or 4 of our guys take notice of that presentation.
The curvature.
The curvature. And as she leaves, of course, me being the straight guy there, I guess, the guy that's not single and not trying to
Be a pig.
well, anyways, so I said to her, I said, "Listen, you can't do that." I pulled her over. I said, "You can't do that." I said, "All the guys are, you can't lean over the table like that, because when you do that, they're just staring at your yoga pants." And she goes, "They're lounge pants." And I went, "Oh, okay. What makes them lounge pants?" She's like, "See the pleats here at the bottom? These pleats here at the bottom, they're lounge pants. I lounge around in these. I don't do yoga in these."
What
I was like,
Jeremy's trying to say,
okay.
You're not looking at the pleats at the bottom.
Exactly. So for the next half an hour before I have to drive quite inebriated back to the rink, which is like a half a mile, so it was okay. I literally, she comes back around and I go, "Lounge pants," because I couldn't remember her name. I knew her face, and I'm like, somebody else would say, "I need another beer. Where's our waitress?" And I go, "Lounge pants." And she'd be on the other side of the restaurant, and she'd look up and know to come over. So Chicago and Matt and a couple of the other guys are like, "Stop it. Stop doing that." And I'm like, "Lounge pants." So that's the gist of the story.
Yes.
And so ever since I shared that the first time,
Yes.
we've had the
Yeah.
lounge pants story.
And I actually
Yes.
was given some because of after losing 120 some pounds. I'm like, hey, I
it's
got
all about the
lunch
pleats
pants.
at the bottom.
After losing one of those waitresses,
It's yes, you
Right.
lost an entire waitress.
I lost an entire waitress.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so we
So I always
salute-
joke about that because I sent a picture of Tony with my lounge pants. I was like, lounge pants, lounge pants.
I'm thinking if Panzel's listening, I don't have any pleats at the bottom of my who's he always pick on me? Oh, Sylvester Stallone sweat. If you're listening, I ain't got that going on.
Wojo wears sweat. Some of us wear different gear, right?
Yeah.
Wojo wears literally Rocky Sylvester, Rocky Balboa, the Italian Stallion, Stallone.
Yeah.
Sweatpants
They gave me
underneath his
a
hockey
I
gear.
bought new sweats so I wouldn't get.
They're the gray sweatpants
With
from,
no
from
pleats.
Rocky.
Hey, 100%
There's no pleats, so he can't be accused of wearing lounge pants.
This is right. This is right.
So in chat, Jeff says nice poetry to your songs, and Taylor says it's flat, bro, no curvature.
We're not going there, son.
Yeah, we're gonna, it is a family show.
Yeah, there was curvature.
Such a family.
He's
Our
going in a
families are
totally
tuning
different
in.
direction. There was curvature over the table, but what he's talking about is totally different. So
Right.
Dead ass.
You should see me in lounge pants.
we do not want to see that.
I mean,
Aw.
$50 is $50. So
We'd still,
I'm just saying, man.
we'd shout lounge pants at you. We would.
To quote the great wise Vanilla Gorilla, I'm a disgusting human being.
Well, I would go out on a limb and say that you could probably get the pleated part of the lounge pants over your calf.
It's not about the pleated part, bro.
It's all about the yoga.
So
About the ass.
If I had a symbol, I would have whacked it right there.
Dead ass.
That ass.
for those of you that have never heard of us before,
Here's the cowbell.
Wojo actually gets to play like a 12-piece drum kit right now. Is it 12, 11, 12?
Something like that.
It's huge. It's
With a-
Al. It's my oldest son's drum set. It's huge
With a ridiculous amount of cool symbols.
with a ridiculous amount of cymbals. Everybody that sits down goes, "This is too much." James brought his set from Indiana,
Nice.
and he's like, Can I start playing my set? There's less drums to complicate me." So yeah, so when he says if I had a cymbal, you don't realize he's reduced to a what do they call these boxes?
The Cajuns?
Yeah, the Cajun box.
Yeah.
So he's literally reduced to that and has what 2 or 3 tones all total.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
a little rough to play right now.
That's about
They're having about 6 crashes, some splashes, a ride, about 15 drums to bang on, and this is all they gave me.
See, I've been
It's
wanting. That's what I'm reduced
all
to
I
being able to
need.
play. That
like
and a
Wojo.
tambourine.
We
Oh,
need
yeah.
just to keep a great beat.
That's my.
By the way-
do it. Don't you do it.
Don't-
the
don't
you do it.
Don't be jealous. That's mine.
Hey, you put that son of a bitch back on the shelf. No. I've been to too many church events, and they get a little crazy. And I'm like, wait a minute. Just shaking that doesn't mean you're keeping time. Okay. And I'm afraid somebody's pulling a snake out of a box pretty soon,
Right.
so stop it.
Can I get an amen?
Miracle preacher didn't cure him of his Parkinson's, but he made him part of the band.
We no longer do the sorry list on this show, but that would be on it if we did.
This part of the podcast brought to you by Shaken, Not Stirred.
Right. Oh my gosh.
They should do that. See, that's when you tap into the raw natural skills of the people that are there.
I
So the
know.
Parkinson's people should be involved in the tambourine shakes.
That's why I wish they had like the interpretive dance. Get the people that have cerebral palsy. Because they don't know where they're going, and neither do you.
If you were doing the apology list, that just went to number 1.
That
Oh my God. So
did. Could be.
Zach, was it Zach Ainer put a new Workout Wednesday video on there? Oh my God, it is so funny. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna actually share it to the page right now. But this dude is so hilarious because he does these like motivational videos, and the dude's in a chair, and it's so funny because like he did what was it the treadmill one, he did the
Yes.
zip line one, he did the
Something with swimming.
something with swimming. Yeah, it was so funny. But I'm gonna find that video
And
and
he
share it
can't
on
walk.
the page. But it is so funny.
But yeah, he's gonna go ahead and share that now. So, but while he's getting ready to share that, you guys want to play another song?
We do.
All right.
We do want to do another song. Do we?
Are you sure?
Do we know what one we want to do yet?
Is that time to do line first?
Yes. Yes, you do.
See, you do half a bump to begin with, and then the rest of it at the end of the song, Jimmy.
While we're adjusting,
weed-
I need to
weed
find
legal,
my
not
way
coke.
out.
You got to bounce, brother.
No, we're just dangerously close to seeing a fat guy pee in a glass bottle.
Oh. All right.
I gotta say, we don't want to see that.
I mean, $50 is $50.
So tiny letter. Tiny letter.
20. All right, cool. Yeah,
So he's gonna have to navigate through, you guys. Like we said before, the studio is small, but it works. It works.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm gonna make my way.
Hey, go piss for me too.
Help yourself to some ramen.
Done for me, bro.
Yeah, hey, drop the dudes too. Drop the kids off the edge. Just take care of all of them.
Do it all. Community.
Osmosis, that stuff, you'd be all set.
I'm totally sharing this on the page. So if you guys after the show go to the page, it's called the Blade Runner Workout, but sitting. It's so funny.
Failure again. A mic stand that's disassembling its.
Is it doing its own thing? Kind of just
I
doing.
literally just broke it.
Broke it.
Well, that'll be 2 mic stands.
You're unscrewing it. You got to go the other way.
Oh no! You're gonna pull a Motley Crue there. There you go. Oh nope. Just hold it like Motley Crue.
Without a guitar in your hand.
I'm gonna hold
Dude.
on to it for you and just not.
Well,
Again, technical
that sounds
difficulties in the
interesting.
studio,
Hold on
folks.
to it. Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah, that's just.
I'm sorry.
We're total professionals here. We never have any issues in the studio at all.
Ever. If you could see me shaking my head. Ever. Right. I know Jeremy has talked about us giving cameras
I'm
here.
pushing that.
I don't know if you people want to see us.
Oh, I'm sure that we do.
I don't want people to see me.
That's right. We just do that.
I make weird faces all the time.
Beautiful people.
There you go.
Oh, so you're setting it up to Jimmy's height. Gotcha.
Something about
Ah, okay. All right.
However that goes.
Right?
And now you're poking me in the leg with your guitar.
That's not his guitar, Wojo.
Poking Becky. And then
Whoa,
now you're
Joe.
poking-
Hey, do you feel alive?
Ah, yeah. No, come on.
Oh. Come on back in. Welcome back.
Hey, might have to go.
Wow, geez, Will, let's go.
Taylor says, James, mention your show title. I don't think you
What are
heard
we
me.
playing? Yank me, crank me, but don't wake up and thank me.
I'm
Oh,
just trying.
Taylor said, mention your show title, James.
You've done it a number of times.
James. Taylor said, mention your show title. I have no idea.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Ready?
Heading down the open road, got an AM radio. Singing with the songs that I may know. I wish I was a younger man, cause I got a long way to go. Well, heading down the open road I go. Well, he called my baby on the sea and got a smile that'll make you high. But I see the other side of that horizon in the middle of the USA, and I don't know where to go. Never been to the Gulf of Mexico. my way, I'm singing. Hey, spin a record if you can. Hey, radio man. Hey, spin a record if you can. Hey, radio man. It isn't very often now I make the trip out west. The mountains are 1,000 miles away. Thank heaven for the sunny skies and the feeling they bring my way. Deep greens and blues and shades of gray. Well, just past the Mississippi line, there's a field that'll make you dream. Well, I dreamed my baby was still beside me. Took a break, saw a falling star. Will my wishes all come true? On my way to the Rocky Mountain Way. On my way, I'm singing. Hey, spin a record if you can. Hey, radio man. Hey, spin a record if you can. Hey, radio man. All the words to make you follow. With the music where you go. I might get through to you tomorrow. Oh, I know the timing is the key. Let the music set you free. Very often now I make the trip back home, traveling alone for half a day. Though I'm living on the borderline, remember what mama said. Follow your heart, you find your way. So right then I made up my mind, gonna go where the getting's good. My pickup is rattling down the highway. Let those northern lights you roar is oh so fine. Feel a little bit closer to the edge. On my way, I'm singing. Hey, spin a record if you can. Hey, radio man. Hey, spin a record if you can. Hey, radio man.
That little kick for.
Oh, that's awesome, guys.
You know, it's funny.
Off in the zone again.
We're gonna end now, Woj.
I got a little kick from my guitarist over here saying, "Hey, dude, do something."
You know, it's so funny because all I could think of was during that is another song you guys do, and I wanted to bust up my letter and go, "My captain, oh my captain."
We do have fun with that one.
Oh, it's such a great song you guys did.
That's cool. That was really good. Now, who wrote that one?
That was Jim Coganor.
That was Chicago Jimmy.
All right.
Jim Chicago.
Awesome.
Jim Chicago.
We're gonna change your last name.
I
Just call him.
I literally was writing the bio up, and I'm like, I had to text him to get the correct spelling. Wait a minute. Is it H-E? I don't know how to spell that.
You don't know how to spell
I mean-
dance either.
I don't.
Dude, just tune into our chat. Somebody's always dropping it in
Somebody's
caps.
always dropping that. Well, there's a worse one. Spell your last name, Mojo.
Oh, do I have to?
Yeah.
WJCIECHOWSKI.
What the hell?
What was that?
Do it again.
Kensington.
Bless you, my son.
WOJCIECHOWSKI. Wojciechowski. It's a nice Irish name.
That's as Polish as the day.
Yeah, I
is
was gonna say. I don't remember
My dad
ski
was
being in there.
100% Polish. My mom was 100% Irish, so I get away with saying that.
Uh-huh.
No.
The other
That's how that
joke I
works.
always have fun with too is there's 13 letters. By the time I graduated high school, a letter a year. I knew how to spell my last name.
Nice. Nice.
Took me 14, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, you talk. We were talking about how old these songs are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's a song. Now, there's people in this room who don't know what it's like driving down the road on a long trip looking for a radio station
Yeah.
and hoping they're going to shut up and play it.
Oh, God.
Right? I mean, so
Mhm.
that song I wrote when I was probably 19, 18 years old.
Wow.
I mean,
And it's a great song,
they
too.
had FM,
That truck,
but a lot of trucks. Yeah.
And that's not dating or anything. They're, just AM radio stations.
FM had just come out a couple years before that.
Wow.
Of course, Wojo was there for the invention of the radio.
Yeah. You knew that was. you got to throw Wojo.
I had to tease him a little bit and then give him encouragement.
Not 600.
Yeah. For a while, I was giving him, the same type of shit that they give him in the locker room.
Right.
And Tony, Larry, the gentleman he mentioned earlier, that would comment on his age and always add a few years,
About 15.
15 years. And I said, Woj, when they get to teasing you too much, you just go, look, I know what Moses looks like and you don't, so shut
Oh,
up.
jeez.
He called me not too long ago and wanted to just know how I was doing. He says, "How does it feel to be 80?"
Oh my gosh.
It's been 5 years since I talked to you, Larry.
Sorry. When I was little, I asked my mom how did dinosaurs look? Were you scared? And then I asked her about writing her homework on slates and stuff, and she was like, I did not
You
do
sit in
that.
our locker room.
Oh my God. I was, well, to be fair, I was 5. So, and then I was watching Flintstones, so I thought that's what was happening.
5-year-old girls out of the locker room.
Yeah, we tried to.
Right. And that's at that time.
Yeah. Well, Joe, what is your you can be safe. We got LifeLock on it, but what's your social security number?
1.
No, I'm not going to say what my social security
One.
number was.
I thought it was 000-000001. What's your AOL?
My AOL, yeah. 001 at AOL.com.
Yeah.
I
And
have
he
a
does.
flip phone with a dial on it.
You've got SSI.
Oh gosh.
We're not gonna talk about Adam and Eve. I was there when all that shit was going on.
I want you to know that you're in the presence of a charter member of the AARP.
Matter of fact, I founded it. Right after I got done inventing the wheel and getting rid of wooden dentures.
The shit that we have that he's been said.
He's already he's locked and loaded just to be like, yeah, whatever.
Absolutely. Well,
F you guys.
He's retained all the insults.
Right.
You could not imagine the
Right.
grief that I put. These guys send me stuff on the phone
Yeah.
for text before we even skate about my age.
Oh, jeez.
It's
You guys get started, huh?
So I'm pretty used to it.
Yeah.
I love it. I embrace it. It's fun.
Right.
The way I look at it is like, I'm 60 years old. All you punks are 30. You can't keep up with me. So what's
Yeah.
going on?
Right.
He's like, you keep telling me I got Rocky Balboa pants. He got them from me.
Nice.
That's actually right.
Lounge pants.
Lounge pants.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just saw Tony grab a guitar.
Oh,
It's
man.
Jimmy handed me his axe, and I'm looking at him like, what am I doing, Jimmy?
Chop wood. If he turned you an axe, you chop the wood. Not to heat the house.
Epic is about to happen.
I got to hold the other end.
Next one is in hand. I say, like I said, I lived in Chicago for 15 years. I used to go out at least once a week and sit in,
Yeah.
put your name on the list, and you get up there and jam a little, do some blues. You don't have to play blues. But I picked up an ear for things. This is not rehearsed.
Uh-oh.
Pick a song, pick up chord progression.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
All right, let's do
All right, let's see.
Crank it up.
Time to jamming, boys. There you go.
Nice.
Nice job on the sax, man.
Yeah, we like that.
What key was that in?
E. Come on, I'm a guitar player. Do you really think me to think this shit through?
I feel like a retard. I wish I would have had my saxophone here as well.
Ah, I didn't know you played.
I play the alto in the jazz band.
All right.
Hey, Jimmy, I love the feel of this guitar, man. Just you can get into it.
Take it away from me. You won't get it back.
You'll never get it back. Did you guys have time for one more before we close out the show, or?
Sure, what do we got left? Well, we got time. Yeah.
One of our most recent ones.
I will tell you this about this song. My brother Gary is not a huge, like, say, like a pop type or stuff that you hear on the radio a lot. Like he doesn't mind Last Dance with Mary Jane and some of that stuff. And he
Right.
come to the last show that we did, and he said, "Walt," he said, "that Snow Fog tune is just incredible." he couldn't get over how good that song was. So we're gonna try and play it acoustically, and you guys tell us what we think. We love the song. It's a great blues song, and we should have some fun with it.
So the name of this tune is Snow Fog.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice.
The Jeremy song. It actually was going to be an instrumental, right? And you actually wrote some words for it, and we actually liked the words. And we turned it from an instrumental into an actual song. So I love the song. I think it's great.
we were jamming out one day, and what we like to do periodically, just to warm up, sometimes is just pick 3 or 4 chords and jam them out. And so I just picked, I had my bass and I just started playing, and these chords came together, and then I'm like, we got to play that again. We've got to do that again. And they were like, I'm like, I'm going to write some lyrics. And they're like, no, leave it alone. Just leave it there.
Remember, we were talking about doing it as an encore song and an instrumental, and then we just changed it all the way around. And it turned out to be quite a pretty good song. At least I think that's one of my favorites for sure.
And this is one of those songs where it's kind of a departure for me, because there's not a lot of, there's a little bit, I can't ever get away from it, but I literally was just, this past winter, there was thaws and freezes and thaws and freezes, and there was a tremendous amount of fog. Every time I turned around, I'm like driving, and there's just all this fog, and there's snow all over the ground, and I'm like, dude, it's because it kept, these extreme temperatures. It'd be 0, and then it'd be 40, 50 degrees, and so there's this fog, and so I came up with this this groove for this song. So.
You go up, just 1 or 2.
From the snow as it melts away, and I feel so cold today. And it takes my mind away. I can see the road that's ahead of me, and I just don't know the way. Wait for the song to rise, make the fun go away, so I can see clearly. Yeah, so We never really worked out how to end that. So there you go.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Awesome.
Oh, this is all my biggest. I got calluses on mine.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's awesome. We're so glad that you were able to come and join us in the studio tonight.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to be here.
Great time.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to be here.
Well, we'd like to have you guys come back again. We always like to have our guests be repeat offenders.
That's
we know
right.
a guy, so
Absolutely. He'd like to sit in with us every once in
we know a
while.
guy and a couple gals and
Yeah.
a few other people and an intern that we share ownership of.
Right.
And we have security too. So
We do have security.
yes.
I don't care what you
Absolutely,
say.
absolutely.
Nate's an
We're
awesome
all
guy.
covered.
Right. You covered.
It's my turn with the Chinaman.
Oh, hey, this is my weekend, motherfucker.
Aw.
You give me right support.
It is none of your weekend. You all go to hair.
He's on his own time now.
Well, just remember the security is called Tiny Spoon.
Yeah.
Spoon.
Tiny spoon.
I hope that's not a Coke reference because we've had a few discussions of that.
Nope.
And
I don't
Tiny
think so.
spoon.
No, that
6
means
other
when you cuddling, he's the tiny spoon.
Safety beeflex being on the inside.
Don't forget to-
A little bit of TMI there.
Yeah.
Probably did not need to
Cut
know.
the balls.
You know, that's all right. But
Hey,
yeah.
big guys need love too, right?
Hey,
Right,
they
right.
do. Yes.
Well, thank you. We hope to cross over and do some of your podcasts. This is your brain.
Absolutely. Well, there are
Scary
a number
place
of
to be.
things that come across my brain, and
Right.
so yeah, I
Right.
would absolutely
a
love it.
multitude of numerous things. Just
Yeah. Awesome. We're
Yes,
looking
that's
forward.
coming. I'm so excited. You know what I told you guys last time I was here. My biggest problem with my podcast is I want to do things with such an excellence
Mhm.
that I often don't get them done because if I can't do them the right way. So with Nate's help, he's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And of course, Tony was in the first 3 episodes. We're gonna get those loaded up real quick. We did shoot the video for the intro promo
That's
the other
awesome.
day. Vince helped. Vince has been listening, and he was messing around. So we're actually going to include a whole section in the podcast. It's called. We're going to call it something along the line of Vince's slow mo. So Vince has been doing these slow mos. He was literally dropping nails, and he was doing all these different things with the slow mo on his camera. And I'm like, dude, that actually is cool. We're putting that in.
My
So-
favorite one was with the towel.
Yes. So we had to. So I'm swatting an egg, a literal egg,
Yeah.
with the frying pan, and he's catching it in slow mo as at the point of impact, and it splatters. And so I said, well, let's practice one to see what the timing of the slow mo start is.
Right.
And so I literally threw a towel and then swatted it with the frying pan in order to get the timing. And we're like, we're actually going to use that one as well.
Nice.
Hey, you should
Very
see the
cool.
video of me eating a piece of fried chicken.
Is it in
It was
slow mo?
epic.
That's not going to be in it.
That's not. Just letting you know it's cut.
I mean, hey, $20 is $20, right?
If we could like superimpose on each side of the screen the impact that egg was making on the pan, and then compare it to the impact of Wojo's stick taking a slap shot. Let's see which one had a more impact.
See, and you totally get a ton of YouTube hits with that because you're what, 6 foot, 6 foot man eating chicken.
For those of you that don't know hockey, that was a hockey joke.
No.
That was a hockey stab.
I was just thinking about chicken.
That's right.
Chicken. We do. Vince went around and literally. There's a video of me doing. There's a video of you, isn't there?
Probably.
We were all doing where you make the vibrating noise. And you
That's
literally slowed it down and watching your lips just ripple and do that. And he's got almost all of us.
That'd be an exciting video.
We got to get you on it, buddy.
We should do a slow mo of my wife yelling at me. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know that would
Last
capture
few
that
days.
whole half an hour.
Might be-
We don't want to stretch out that. If we slow mo that half an hour epic beat down that you get, it might be like 4 hours worth of content. So
4 hours
4
later.
hours later.
Same
So
outcome.
yeah, so that's coming, and
All right.
absolutely, there's going to be plenty
Exciting.
of things that are on my brain, not just splattered eggs. And we're going to go live too. Once we get the
Yes.
first 3 or 4 out there, I've got the setup, the cameras are there, and so once we have the established everything established, then we're gonna go live. And I'm
Awesome.
bringing the band in because obviously Tony and I did the first 3 talking about music.
Yeah.
And so then I'm gonna bring the band in, and we're gonna talk more about music, just our influence and all that stuff. And there's no holds bars on those. I think the last video we shot came in just over 3 hours. So it's literally, hey, you know what? Until we offend them, YouTube's gonna host whatever I put up there. And then once I offend them, then
We'll switch over.
Right.
we'll switch over and we'll host. I mean, well, I keep getting emails from a couple other hosting sites really wanting to do stuff. And in
Cool.
fact, there's one that will host everything and then automatically post to the more draconian ones. So I'm
Really?
like, you know what? I think I'm gonna check that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like literally, it's like host on our platform and we'll automatically populate your other social media. And I'm like, oh, so if I get kicked off there,
Right.
And over here, it's all over the place.
go screw yourself.
It's like herpes, the gift that keeps on giving.
I don't know that I would
think it's
compare
like
it to
that.
that. Yeah, I don't know that it would.
That keeps on giving, but I mean,
Yeah, that's a keeper.
I just want to thank you guys for what you're doing here. This is my first time, and it's been an absolute blast.
Awesome.
Playing, jamming, talking.
Oh yeah.
Lots of great laughs, lots of good beer. So,
Cheers.
yeah, thank you for allowing us to be here tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
we're
for coming on.
talking-
He's not
Absolutely.
driving home. I do want to give a shout out to Nate the intern who
Yes.
made sure that I had
Absolutely.
plenty of ice tonight.
Yeah.
Water for everybody, but ice for me. And
It's
I
fly
really
lice.
so he could have
It's
the
ice for me.
and now he's just got to drive us home.
I've been sipping.
Funny if I don't get home. And
I've been
hear me
sipping.
fall. Yeah, right.
I only had
Yeah.
1 bottle of Di Serono and 3 bottles of the little shooters of Fireball.
I think my dad's calling it. He said good night. So I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, listening, and joining us with 3OF tonight. Thank you guys for being here. Please go ahead and share this episode so that they get heard, so that you can love, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff.
We likes
for
to
us.
be heard.
We likes to be heard.
Did you
So-
hear me?
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and have a great night.
Thank you.